Hi guys, I know I haven't done a video in a while and I am sorry about that. Things have been very busy with school and my job, so I apologize, but I am back and today's video was inspired by just some things that I've been feeling lately and that I think probably a lot of young women feel or go through on a daily basis. And this can definitely apply to men too, but I just think that women tend to be a bit more affected by this in a different way. And what I'm talking about is confidence and being self assured in who you are to where you don't need to compare yourself to others. This is something that I have struggled with, that I'm still struggling with, and that I assume a lot of other women struggle with as well. The media is obviously a big part of this because we are constantly being bombarded with so many images of, the ideal woman and what, you know, people think is attractive and what women should aspire to be like. And a lot of times those images aren't attainable, they are edited, they are supposed to look perfect when really nobody is perfect, and beauty is so in the eye of the beholder that it is really just useless to compare ourselves to women we see on social media or, you know, in movies or just in any day situations like that. But more so people that we know too, because I know sometimes it's easy to get caught up in, people you know, friends you have, and say, wow, they've got it all. They are, this like perfect like girl who just has her, her life together. I need to be that. And I have definitely fallen victim to this as well, and I'm not proud of it. It's definitely not a healthy mentality to take on because it really just takes away from your image of yourself and the self love that you could be giving yourself. I mean, we only have a certain amount of time on this planet, and I feel like it's just a waste of time to spend it being super insecure and beating yourself up and being your own worst critic, which is something I do all the time. And that's why I'm saying I think there has to be a point where that just stops and we look at ourselves and say, you know what, you are unique and no one can take that away from you. There can be other beautiful people out there, and there can be successful people out there, and there can be smart people out there, but that shouldn't take away from who I am. And I think that's been my biggest challenge is letting other people's successes and beauty and all those things take away from myself and how I think about myself. And really, a confident person should be able to say, wow, good for those people. They, they're living their life, they're doing them, but I'm happy in who I am too, and I wouldn't want to change who I am for anything. So I think it's just important to have that perspective. I also think it's important to implement self love. I know this is a term that gets thrown around a lot. It's something we all aspire to do. Yet, when it comes down to it, we don't really make it a priority. We think about other people, we think about things we should improve on, we think about mistakes we've made, and it all kind of comes down to self deprecating at the end of the day because a lot of those thoughts aren't productive. A lot of them are just being hypercritical of ourselves. They are just our own insecurities or embarrassments, and we choose to project them in a really unhealthy way. Whereas we could say, yeah, I messed up today or I did this, but that's okay. I am only human and so is everyone else. So why should I be so much harder on myself than other people? I wouldn't hold someone else, you know, accountable for this, or I wouldn't be upset with someone else about this, and yet I'm, kind of punishing myself for it basically. So I think it just comes down to being your own friend, loving yourself for who you are, and I know that's easier said than done, but it's definitely something we should aspire to do, I think. And just kind of give yourself a pat on the back at the end of the day and know that you definitely should feel good about yourself because if you don't, then that's going to show, and then it's going to be hard to feel good about a lot of other things in your life. And you can't really enjoy your life until you enjoy you and who you are because you're in control of your own life. And I don't want people to think that to be confident, you have to be this, overcompensating person who brags about their life and who tries to prove that they're this amazing person because that's not what confidence is. Confidence is when you are humbled by the fact that you're not going to be perfect. There's other people out there that you may, compare yourself to, but you love your imperfect perfection. That you love your flaws, you love who you are, and nothing or, nobody can change that because you're strong in that stance and you don't feel the need to prove that to anybody. You can just know that, you know, in everything you do and are, and others will see that. And I think that as long as you have that down, you can accomplish so many other things in that realm. So I would say the biggest takeaway from this video for you should be to just try and implement acts of self love in your everyday life and try not to let influences and other things around you take away from who you are or make you question yourself or compare yourself, because that is such a just vicious and unproductive cycle, and it will never benefit you. Trust me, there's no reason whatsoever why you should let someone else's success or beauty or anything take away from you. And I know that I do that all the time, so I, probably sound like a hypocrite, but I think that the more we say that and practice it, the stronger we can actually, be it and exemplify it, because it's like a muscle. Confidence is something you have to exercise and practice before you can really be strong in it, and before you can really be, it's like fake it till you make it type of thing. But more than that, just really try to believe it. Believe in yourself and believe that, you can overcome that. Insecurity does not have to be your life. It doesn't have to consume you. It's unrealistic to think you can get rid of it altogether, but it doesn't have to make up who you are as a person. And that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to work on, is just knowing who I am, being confident from the inside and having that radiate out from me, and just knowing that I am my own unique person, and so are you, and we should celebrate that and love that about ourselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you stay tuned for my next ones to come. Have a great day, guys. Bye.